Namo Buddhaya. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to this Sunday evening program, Sunday Dhamma program. Now we will start our Sunday program with puja. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivadami Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhamma Namassami Supadipanno Bhagavato Savaga Sangho Sanghang Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti piso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vichacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavido Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarate Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavate Namo Tassa Samma Sambuddhassa Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Evasiko Panayiko Pachatang Vedita Bhovinyo Hete Namo Tassa Niyanika Sadhammasa Supadipanno Bhagavato Savaga Sangho Ujjapadipanno Bhagavato Savaga Sangho Nyayapadipanno Bhagavato Savaga Sangho Samecipadipanno Bhagavato Savaga Sangho Yadidang Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Savaga Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaneyo Anuttarang Punyang Ketang Lokasate Namo Tassa Tariya Puggala Mahasanghasa Evang Buddhang Sarantana Dhammang Sanghang Ca Bhikkhavo Bhayang Vacham Vedadang Valo Mahamso Nahesate Ganasara Paditena Dipena Tamadam Sina Tilokadipam Pujayami Tamonudang Ganda Sambara Yotena Dupena Sugandina Pujai Pujaniyandam Puja Bhajanamutama Vannaganda Gunopetang Etang Kusuma Sandate
Pujayami munindasa siripada saroroe. Pujemi buddham kusume nanena. Punyena metena chahotu mokha. Pupamilaya diyata idang me. Kayo tataya divina sabhava. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Vibhati pativahaya sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabba dukkhaṃ vinasaya sabba bhayaṃ vinasaya. Sabba rogaṃ vinasaya bhavedikāyukadayakam. Sabba lokaṃ hitātaya paritaṃ dhambanamaye. Samanta cakkavalesu atra gacchantु. Sadhamma munirajasa sunanto sagga mokkhadā. Dhamma savana kalo ayam badanta. Dhamma savana kalo ayam badanta. Dhamma savana kalo ayam badanta. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniyamata kusalena yantang sandang padang abhisamecca. Sako ujocha sujocha suvachocha samudu anadimani. Santo sakocha subarocha apakichocha salahukavote. Santindriyocha nipagocha apak. Kulesu ananugido nacha kudang samachare kinche yena vinyo pare upavadeyo sukino vakemino honto sabbe sattha bhavan sukidada yeke chepana buddha dita savata varamana vasesa. Digavaye mahantava majjimara sakanukatola. Dittavaye va aditthaye chadore vasanti avidore. Buddhava sambhave seva sabbe sattha bhavantu sukidada. Naparo parang niko beta nyati mane takata chinang kanche. Vyaro sana patika sanya nanya manya sadukha mecheya. Mata yata niyang putang ayusae. Rake evang pisabba bodhesu manasang bhavaye aparimana. Metancha sabba lokasming manasang bhavaye aparimana. Udanga docha diriyancha asambadang averang asapada. Titang charang nisino vasayano vaya vatasa vigadamido. Etang sading aditya brahma metang vihara idamaho. Ditin chanupagamma silava dasanena sampanno kame suvinaya geda. Nahi jato kabbasayang punaretete. Dukkha pada chanib dukkha bhaya pada chanibhaya. Soka pada chanisoka hontu sabbe pipanino. Etena sacha vajjena sotite hotu sabbada. Edena sacha vajena sabba dukkha vinasado. Edena sacha vajena sabba bhaya vinasado. Edena sacha vajena sabba roga vinasado. Edena sacha vajena hotu te jaya mangala. Etena sacha vajena patu te ratanantaya. Akasata cha bhummacha devanaga mahidika. Punyantang anumoditva chirang rakantu sasana. Chirang rakantu desana. Chirang rakantu mang parang. Ittavata chamme sambadang punya sampadang. Sabbe deva anumodantu. Sabbe bhuta. Sabbe satta anumodantu. Sabba sampatti siddhya. Nibbana sampatti siddhya. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Sabbe buddha bala pada pace kanan cayang bala. Arantanan jate jena rakam bandami sabbaso. Sabbe dhamma bala pada ariya sacha nancayang bala. Dhamma cakka sate jena rakam bandami sabbaso. Sabbe sangha bala pada vimuttanan cayang bala. Sasana sate jena rakam bandami sabbaso. Imena punya kamena mame bala samagamo. Sadang samagamo do. Yava nibbana patiya. Idang me punya kama. Asavakayang vahang hodo. Sabba dukkha pamuccatu. Nibbana sapacayo hodo. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Khamami khamitabang sukhino bhavantu. Abhivadana silissa nichang buddha pachayino. Chattharu dhamma vadhanti. Ayu vanno sukhang balanti. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sunday evening program. It's a every Sunday program where we chant, meditate, and listen to some words of the Buddha that can help us in our life, for our happiness, for our peace, for our success, for our joy. So it's a good program that you can attain every Sunday because it happens every Sunday. So I would like you all to enjoy this program, be part of this program today. Just now we did chanting that help us to create a good energy, a good vibration in this hall, and that help us to have concentration of mind, to have some focus in our mind and some kind of settlement in our mind. So this is the program today, and now we will first meditate for maybe 15-20 minutes, and then we will listen to Dhamma. So maybe I request Jinawang Sabante to conduct meditation today.
Sit comfortably. Slowly close your eyes. Keep your body straight and relaxed. Here over your body, keep it relaxed. It should not be tight. Feel this body. Feel any part of this body. Or you can feel this body thoroughly, starting from head to feet. Feeling body means knowing body and spending some time with the body, engaging mind in knowing the body. When we engage in knowing the body, the mind is no more engaged in any other thoughts or holding in any other thoughts, on any other thoughts. It is just in the present, in knowing the body, in feeling the body. feel this body for some time. Part by part. If you can feel this body thoroughly, it would be good. With the help of clothes, we can know whole body. When we feel the body, there are several activities which are happening at the level of body, like heat, rising, falling of abdomen, rising, falling of lungs, blood circulation, and breath in, breathe out. These are the activities which are happening at the level of body. Now we will focus our mind to the breath. Focus your mind on incoming and outgoing breath. Breath should be the solely object, the only object to be focused. The importance should be given to the breath only. Bear in our mind that we have to be aware all the time to the breath. Hold this thought in our mind that we have to observe the breath. When we hold this thought like this, then we can remain aware on the breath. And without judging the breath, continuously observe incoming and outgoing breath. Observing breath doesn't mean you have to you have to see the breath with the eyes or pressurizing on eyes to see the breath. It is very simple, just feel the breath. You just feel the breath and remain aware regarding breath, incoming and outgoing breath, and continue focus on this activity. And this is what we have to do. With this calm mind, let us practice Metta Bhavana. Starting from oneself. May I be remain peaceful like this. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. Hatred. May I be freed from dangers and accidents. May I be happy. May I be happy. May my parents visualize your father's smiling face, mother's smiling face one by one. May my father be happy. May he be peaceful. May he be freed from dangers and accidents. May he be freed from hatred and live happily, peacefully. May he be happy and peaceful. May my mother be peaceful. May my mother be freed from dangers and accidents. May my mother be freed from hatred. May my mother be peaceful and happy. All my beloved teachers, Dhamma teachers, and all other teachers, may my teachers be happy. May my teachers be peaceful. May my teachers be freed from hatred. May my teachers be freed from dangers and accidents. May my teachers be peaceful and happy. May my teachers be peaceful and happy. May my teachers be peaceful and happy. May all meditators in this hall, monks and ladies, be happy, be peaceful. May all of us be freed from hatred. May all of us be freed from dangers and accidents. May all of us be happy and peaceful. All my relatives, family members and relatives, my villagers, my state people, and beings in this monastery, in this state, in this city, in this state. You can visualize the map, the buildings in this city, people in the city. You may visualize entire map of this country. May all beings, human beings, non-human beings, visible, invisible, may all beings in this country be happy, be peaceful. May they be freed from dangers and accidents. Similarly, all beings in this world, all beings in this universe, visible, invisible, male, female, human, non-human beings, big, small, or medium, far or near, may all beings be happy, may all beings be peaceful, may all beings be peaceful, may all beings be freed from dangers and accidents. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be freed from dangers and accidents. May all beings be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Slowly open your eyes.
So, dear Upasakas, Upasikas, Venerable monks as well, now having meditated for some time, your mind is peaceful enough to listen to Dhamma and understand some words of Dhamma. So it is the time to listen few words of Dhamma today, and it will help us to grow wisdom, understanding, and to have clarity so that we can face the difficulties, the darkness, the confusion, and all the different hurdles that we may have in our life. So, therefore, listening to Dhamma, the words of Buddha, is really helpful. The Dhamma, which is the truth, the way, the path for our happiness. So today I I speak a sutta from Majjhima Nikaya called Mula Pariyaya Sutta. So this is the first discourse from Majjhima Nikaya book. And this Majjhima Nikaya contains the middle-sized discourses, middle-sized teaching. Some teaching which are not very long or not very short. It's a middle size. So the meaning of this sutta is called the root of all things. The root of all things. Which means to understand how everything starts in our life. Why it is important to understand the root? Because when you know the root, you can understand everything that happens. The root also means you can say the cause. The cause, if you understand, then you can understand everything. So this sutta, Buddha spoke when he was staying in a place called Ukata, in a park called Subhaga Park, under a tree, Sala tree. So he spoke to the monk. So this was spoke to a group of monks. So Buddha says that here, bhikkhus, an untaught ordinary person who has no regard for the noble ones and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma, who has no regard for true person and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma, perceives earth as earth, having perceived earth as earth, he conceives himself as earth, he conceives himself in earth, he conceives himself apart from earth, he conceives earth to be mine, he delights in earth. Why is that? Because he has not fully understood it, I say. Okay, so Buddha is speaking about the ordinary person, what we call in Pali Puthujjana. Now, Puthujjana means the ordinary. So, before we are enlightened, all of us are Puthujjana, which means the ordinary people. And ordinary, or you can say the common people, or you can say unenlightened people. So we are all unenlightened people. And it is very important for us to know that, because when you know that you are still unenlightened, then you want to be enlightened. And then you also do not expect everyone to be like enlightened, to be perfect, right? So it's also helpful, I feel, so that we can, especially when we see weakness or mistakes in people. You see, we see some mistaken people, some people hurt us, some people do some problem for us. So when that happens, you can bring in mind that everyone is still unenlightened. You see, so when you think about people as unenlightened, so you are compassionate to people, right? You understand that people are not perfect, not enlightened yet. So people will do some mistake. It's not sometimes they want to do it purposely, they want to hurt you purposely, but it is because of their own weakness. It is because of their own state of mind, in which we are also included. I mean to say that we too are on the same page. we are all in that same boat. So then we are compassionate to people. You see, so we don't expect people to be totally perfect for us. So we still be compassionate to people, do our best to help people in whatever way possible, how much we can. We try to understand, we can try to help people in whatever way possible by being compassionate. We can do that. So it's a very important word, potujana, the unenlightened people. So why somebody is totally ordinary potujana or unenlightened? Because they have no full confidence yet in the Aryas, in the enlightened people. As an unenlightened person, we are not still totally confident of the Buddha and also other enlightened people. We may have some regard, but we have not yet we don't have full regard. Of course, there are people who will not have at all any regard for noble ones. Means somebody who is enlightened. This is also important for us, because when you believe or when you know or when you have this understanding that there are people who are enlightened in this world, there are people who are enlightened. When you have that knowledge or that kind of faith, that kind of confidence, then you want to be enlightened as well. Right? So you have a purpose. You have now a way. You have now a clarity that I can also be enlightened. Otherwise, we are just so much engrossed, so much busy in our day-to-day activity, which is good, but then if you think that as the end, just our day-to-day thing as the end, as everything, as the goal, then you don't have something higher, something bigger, something ultimate. So we are not connected to the ultimate, to the enlightenment, to the wisdom. So that is also one difficulty if you don't have that. And when you don't have that, then you will be just circling around and you will be suffering. You will be in difficulty, you will be going through all kinds of confusion and all kinds of disturbances and trouble and everything that we can experience. So when you have that kind of, you can also call it some kind of ideal that you follow, right? You have certain ideal. We speak about ideals, right? In our life, we speak about, I have this as my ideal. So you can have that, as all the enlightened people who did it, right? So it's very important for us to develop that kind of faith and understanding, so that we also can develop that as we go about in our day-to-day life, in our ordinary life. And who is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma. So unskilled. So generally, this is something that we see in our life, that we are often unskilled. We are not skillful enough to be able to live a peaceful life, to be a happy life. There is some unskillfulness that many people have, and a lot of us also have. We are also not totally skillful, but say we are practicing. So this is something that we can say, and undisciplined. So when a lot of people undisciplined, so when there is no discipline, then there is a difficulty, then there is a problem. And perceive, so what you do when you have all these things, you perceive earth as earth, which means earth here means anything that you see, any physical, physical, you can other word physical, anything physical. It can be people, it can be thing. So you perceive earth as earth, which means you see forms, the people, the things as something which is very, as something which is strong, or in other words we can say permanent. You almost, whatever you see, we don't have this idea that this will change, right? So we are totally attached to it, so that means you perceive earth as earth. He conceives himself as earth. He thinks he is the earth, which means he is sort of owns, he is that, like we think, say we, somebody or something, we think that as me. He conceives himself in earth. You think you are part of it. Or sometimes you think you are apart from it, which means this is me, this is not me. Or this is mine. So it means you are, whatever we see, we try to be part of it and not part of it, you see. Or this is mine. It can also go to, say, whether it is land, whether it is people. These are my people, these are not my people. This is my land, this is not my land. This is a foreign land. So all these kind of you, me, and all these things come if you are not clear about anicca, which is impermanent. Whatever that is there here is all temporary. It's all temporary. But if we are unenlightened, if you are not wise enough, then we think it is permanent. It means that we don't necessarily say it, but it is there in the mind. And because of that, we so much attach to everything that we experience, all the forms, all the things that we see. Okay, and so he delights in earth. So which means we sort of enjoy. We sort of enjoy. Oh, we say, okay, this is me, this is mine, this is my people, this is another people, this is my house, this, like all this is my country. So all these thing comes, and then you sort of hold on to it, and you like it, you enjoy it. Of course, there's nothing wrong to say, this is my land, that is my land, but then back in our mind, we should say, whenever we say that this is mine, we should be saying, we should be aware at the same time that this is temporary. This is temporary. So when you say when you think it is temporary, then it is wisdom. Then you don't totally grasp. You don't so much cling to everything that you see, all the forms. So when you don't have that, so you hold on to it. But however much you hold, it is going to change. It is anyway going to change. So and when it changes, you suffer. You are going to suffer. So that is the reason why we need to have this understanding of anicca, change. Everything is changing. So especially we have to see anything that we are so much attached to. So just say this is temporary. I am temporary. My mother, father, daughter, son, children, house, car, name, everything is temporary. It says temporary, for some time, just for some time. Including good and bad experiences, nice or not so nice, including, now it is just one, but then Buddha speaks many other things in it's quite long, whether it is a feeling, whether it is, Buddha speaks about the four elements, that is water, earth, which means in short the whole body, our body and physical world, and it includes everything. And in the same way, Buddha goes on to say the divine world, the Brahma world, all the different kinds of world that are there. Everything is not permanent. Everything is just going to change, keeps on changing all the time. So, and you also must know that everything is going to change, and if I hold on to, I will suffer, dukkha. If I don't hold, then I don't suffer, And then anatta, which means no self, which means that since it is changing, so why should I hold? Why should I think it is mine? Because it is going to change. So this is what Buddha instructed in this place, and there are different people, the enlightened people who, the not fully enlightened people who are enlightened but not fully enlightened, they actually are somebody who are training well, training themselves. So we are also not still enlightened, but we can train. We have to start. We have to start somewhere to just have this understanding of anicca, impermanent. It sounds very simple, but it is very strong. It is very profound. It is very helpful. I mean, you can say it is extremely beneficial, powerful, because our mind, we are attached to so many different things, and it is more of a mind. You don't need to just say you're attached to something. You don't need to just throw away things. Maybe you're attached to people, you're attached to house. You don't need to leave your house. You don't need to leave somebody whom you are attached to, but have them, but at the same time, this understanding that change. And especially when I feel that whatever past, you have lost something in the past, whatever something you lost, and you feel unhappy because of something that you lost. It can be anything, things or say name or fame or relationship or whatever. Everything you can say, okay, it had to happen. You have to tell it had to happen. It will happen. It had to happen. And whatever now, maybe you are somehow, maybe currently something you are afraid that, oh, I may lose this, I may lose that. So there also you can bring in this idea that, yeah, it may lose. I may lose it, and it's okay. I may lose it, I may not lose it, but I'm fine. It is how it is. It is how the characteristic of life. It is what the nature of life. That's how life is. So when you have this understanding, then you won't suffer. And then you won't hold on to it as me and mine. And anything future, say suppose something you are thinking about some future thing and you are attached to it, and then you have a certain fear that, oh, I may lose it, then at that time it's also you have to tell, yeah, I may lose it. I may lose it, but I'll be fine, because everything is going to be lost at the end. Everything is going to be left behind at the end. So everything ends and starts. It's all about something ends and something starts. So it's just the process, right? You die and you are born again. Somebody comes and somebody goes in your life, and something you achieve, something you lose, but again you because you lost something, but you achieve something else. So like that, this is how the very nature of life itself. It's not we are creating it; it's how it is. But then this is how it is. But we don't have that understanding. We don't see it. We don't see the life like this. In its truth, that is anicca. So that's how we have to train ourselves. And when we do that, then what happens, as Buddha said here, is that he becomes liberated. So you lose three things. You start losing lobha, dosa, moha, that is liking, disliking, and confusion. You don't attachment, you can say. You don't attach to so much thing, and you don't hate anything, and you don't have confusion about anything, because why don't you attach to anything? Because it's going to change. Why don't you hate anything? Because it's going to change. And why do you have clarity? Because it is going to change. You have the clarity that is going to change. You don't attach to things because it's going to change. You don't hate anything because it's going to change. You hate something, but it's going to change. So it's all change and change and change. That's how it is. Anicca, anicca, anicca. So please remember anicca, change in our mind, and also also change, bring change. Aspire for change within your heart, within your mind. Change for something good, And I think it is also very helpful, because if the nature of the life is changing, it's also helpful if you have understanding. But if you don't have understanding, then the change will bring you difficulty. But if you have understanding of change, then that change will help you to change for good. Because the nature of life is change, you can use the change for something better. So ultimately we want something better, which is our wisdom, and also whatever achievement goal we have in our life, we do get it, of course, eventually. And most importantly, our mind is free, and whether we achieve something, lose something, our mind is free, and our mind is less suffering. It suffers less, and it has more happiness. It has more joy. It has more clarity. So this is what it is. And so this sutta, the root. So what is the root? We can say that root is actually the very root of things, the very nature of thing is anicca. That's what we can understand from here. And we need to develop anicca as we meditate sometime. maybe certain thing in the past we can relate to, certain thing in the present we can relate to, and certain thing in the future also we can relate to. So this is very important, anicca, the change. This understanding, awareness of change is very, very powerful, it's very, very helpful. It will free the mind, and when the mind is free, you are happy, and you can, in fact, do more, achieve more when your mind is free and calm. Even the day-to-day thing, and you achieve more, but then you are again not attached to things that you achieve, right? And then you achieve something more, then you become more free, So it's a loop, positive loop, or a positive change, positive cycle. Otherwise, the cycle is the other way. You you attach to thing, you lose thing, again you attach more, again you suffer. So it's a bad cycle. So the good cycle is to have more understanding and don't attach, and the mind is peaceful. Then you achieve more, but then still you are not attached to it. That's how you go. If you look at the life of the Buddha, he, for many, many lives as a bodhisattva, he did all the good thing in his life in many, many